Hello students, I welcome you all to the e-learning sessions of automobile engineering. Myself Hardik Shah, and during this lecture series we will discuss some interesting topics in the subject of automotive electricals and electronics. Okay, we have already discussed about the different types of tachometers, speedometers and odometers. Okay, and we have already started a new chapter on it. Fine. So our today's topic in this video is different than that. That is the working of the windshield wipers, side indicator, okay, and trafficator inside the car. I hope you will see this video in the till the end to completely understand this topic and gain your skills in automobile engineering. I also request you to note down any queries which arises during the lecture and ask me it in comment section. I will try to respond all the queries as soon as possible. Fine. So now let's start our today's video. So how a windshield screen wiper, or you can say windscreen wiper in car works. Okay, windshield wiper is a device that cleans water, snow or mud from the windscreen. Thus it ensures the proper visibility of the road ahead. This system finds application on a large variety of the locomotives, from the vehicles, railways to the aeroplanes also. Now generally the term windscreen wiper refers to the wipers which are installed from the front windshield of the vehicle. Okay. However, nowadays rear wipers are also getting popular and they are also provided. Okay. Almost all the modern wiper mechanisms employ an electric motor for their operation. Okay. However, in the some cases pneumatic drivers are also used to drive wiper arm. Okay. Now some of the primitive designs of the wiper mechanisms were hand operated. Now rain sensing wipers are also recent development in the wipers, and we will discuss it also. Okay. So the first question always arises, who invented windscreen wiper? So the credit of inventing windscreen wiper goes to the American inventor Mary Anderson. Okay. She invented first operational wiper in the 1903. So in her patent she termed wiper as a window cleaning device. Okay. Prior to that, the drivers used to clean the windshield manually by getting out of the car. Now various components of the windscreen wiper system are like this. So wiper mechanism comprises of the major components and it is listed here. So what are these components? First is wiper motor. It drives the linkage of the wiper mechanism, which ultimately makes the wiper blade to move on the windscreen. Okay. Second is linkages. So the linkage performs two major functions. Firstly, it holds the wiper arm and blade in the position and maintain the proper contact between the blade and the windscreen. Okay. Secondly, it converts the rotary motion obtained from the motor into suitable form for the windshield wipers. Okay. And to do this, it employs the worm gear. Okay. So worm gear reduces the speed of the output shaft motor and converts its suitable torque to the required operation of the wiper arm. Okay. Next is wiper arm. What is that? So wiper arm is the connecting link between the wiper linkage and the wiper blade. So the wiper blades. Okay. Next is wiper blades. What is that? So blade is a rubber part that comes in contact with the glass. It also has a metal clamping attached to which aids the maintaining uniform pressure on the blade. Okay. Always clean the wiper blades before going out in the car. If the vehicle is to be parked in an open for a long time, lift the wiper's arm so contact between the wiper blade and windshield will be avoided. These practices helps to reduce the hardening of the rubber blade due to the contact of the worm wiper. Okay. Replace the damaged hardened wiper blades immediately because it will scratch your glass. Okay. Nowadays new technology is implemented in the wipers too. Okay. That's like rain sensing wipers. So how does this rain sensing wiper actually functions? Okay, how does it works? So a rain sensor is often installed on the inside of the windshield. It measures the reflection from the windshield. So when it rains, the reflection changes and the sensor sends the signal to the BCM. So if the wiper switch is in auto mode, the BCM turns the wipers. So in many cars with this option, the rain sensing wiper functions can be enabled or disabled through the infotainment systems, or you can say from the ECU control. Okay, so if the rain sensing wiper functions does not work perfectly while everything else is working, the rain sensor needs to be inspected first. Okay, in some cars it's transparent rubber gasket between the sensor and the windshield. Okay, often rain sensor problems are caused by the gasket which is falling out from the place or not sitting properly, which will actually not work it. Okay, so sometimes you can actually see the gasket which is not sitting flush in the windshield. Okay, so in short, when you turn the wiper on, the wiper switch sends the signal to the control module. The control module operates the wiper relay, and the relay sends 12 volt power to the wiper motor. Simple. Okay, so the motor rotates a little arm that through links move the wiper arms. Okay, so this was all about the windshield wipers. Fine. Next is car indicator signal lights. What is that? So exterior lights, whether attached at the front, side or rear of the vehicle, it provides the information for the other road users through their signals, and they are responsible for the safety on the road on the substantial extent. Okay. So the conventional passenger car signal light basically consists of the three assemblies. One is bulb holder, housing and the cover lens. So the bulb holder positions on one or more light sources correctly in the rotation, correctly in the relation to the optical system of the light. Okay. The housing contains the reflector which are usually molded, and the cover lenses is responsible for the light distribution through the additional patterned structures. Okay, so in order to meet the photometric requirements, the light from the light source has to be collected and directed, deflected and distributed. Okay, several optical component parts are actually used for this purpose. Okay, for the side light indicators. Fine. Now what to do when the direction indicator warning light means when you see in the dashboard. So the direction indicator light signal when your car is turning left or right. Okay, if the lights flashes weaker than the normal, a bulb may be burnt out. So you must see this. Okay, now everyone who has been in a car knows the distinctive sound of the turn signals like tick tick tick. Okay, so the sound is the result of the heat bending a small piece of the metal back and forth. Okay, now inside the turn signal, flasher is a electrical connection that is not connected when the turn signal is not being used. Now one side of the connection is the turn signal bulb and other is electrical power. Okay, so when a turn signal switch is on, electricity is sent through the wire wrapped around the small piece of the steel. Now the electricity hits up the metal which bends and expands, linking the electrical connection and illuminating the turn bulb. Okay, so since the power is going through the connection and not the wrapped wire, the metal cools down again and bends back, disconnecting the power and switching off the turn signal bulb. Okay, so this cycle is repeated each time you use your turn signal and constantly cools the steel connection strip. Okay, so these days auto manufacturers uses computers, or you can say ECU, to control the turn signal instead of the mechanical flasher units that can actually fail over the time. So even these modern cars still uses the traditional sounding clickers and the indicator lights on your dashboard to indicate when your turn signal is active or not. Okay, so what the direction indicator light means? The left and the right flashing arrows on your dashboard are only used to show when the turn signal is active. Okay, so when you switch on your hazards light, both signals arrow will actually flash. Okay, when the indicator flashes quicker than the normal, check all the bulbs as one is likely to be burn out. Okay, the quicker flashing is caused by change in the overall resistance and the voltages in the circuit when one of the bulb goes out. Okay, so switch out the bulb and everything should return to the normal. If the bulbs haven't burned out, then the turn signal arrow which are still flashing have the rest of the circuit should be inspected, which is like a relay and the turn signal flasher. Okay. Now the question is it safe to drive with the direction indicator lights on? You should always use your turn signals when you are driving, okay, because it is actually informing everyone around you and your intended driving actions, so they aren't surprised if you are start to merge in the lane. Okay, so always make sure that you turn off your signals if the steering wheel does not automatically do it for you. Okay, now change out any bulb that burns out so your turn signal stays in always good working condition. Okay, so if your turn signals aren't working properly, you should consult technicians to assist you in the diagnosing any problem. Okay, so this was all about the turn signals. Now next is trafficators. What is that? So it is actually very old devices which are semaphore signals which are operated protrude from the bodywork of the motor vehicle to indicate it is the intention to turn in the direction indicated by the potential signal. Trafficators are actually located on the door pillar. You can say it is the mechanical turn signals. Okay, so the shape of the trafficator arm is closely based upon the shape of the semaphore signals arm used by the simple Royal Railway, okay, beginning in the 1890. So the only difference from the railway arm is that it is half down its length so as to flush with the vehicle's exterior. Okay, they were common on vehicles until the introduction of the flashing amber indicators are actually implemented on the corners of the vehicles and often along the sides as well. Okay, so before indicators, these trafficators are actually used to give the signal in a mechanical way. Okay, so driver can operate it from the cabin. So that's it in today's video. I wish you got the clear idea about this. Therefore, if you have any more to know or any specific query, please let me know. I will surely try to respond as soon as possible. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Goodbye.